We're at the Gwinnett Detention Center, and we're going into 1C where they keep the dogs that were rescued from death row. I'm really excited to see how the dogs are doing. We're going to meet some new dogs, and we'll be back in a little bit, introduce you to the dogs, see how great they are, and let's get them adopted. Peace.
Tony the Tiger has been here for close to 2 months. I call him my little bear cub. He's the cuddliest little fur ball we have. He's the most laid-back dog, definitely. He's not really aggressive towards other dogs, definitely not towards people. He's your little hangout dog. You can put him on the couch with you while you watch TV, and he'll just sit right there beside you, and no fuss. I sneak him potato chips, and he eats fruits. I split my apples and oranges with him.
My name is Eddie Jerome Dawson. I'm a secondary to Kyle, and this is our dog Skeeter.
When they found him, he had one of these steel choke collars embedded into his neck, and they had to surgically remove it. It started to rust and everything. And then they found out he had heartworms. And all this time they kept him at the pound. I think he spent like 2 or 3 months at the pound in his little tiny 2x5 little cell. So he's pretty happy to be here right now.
My name's Reed Allen. I'm the primary to Jake, who is a border collie. He's blind in his left eye. He's about 3 years old, 3 to 5 years old. This is my secondary handler, Brian Harris. We happen to have met before out on the streets, and so it's just a coincidental thing that we ended up in the same pod.
I'm Austin Wallace.
Is your friend?
This is Buddy. Buddy is a black and tan coon hound. He's been here for about 5 months. We know that Buddy was found somewhere in Gwinnett County and brought into the local shelter where the Society of Humane Friends became aware of him. And sit, good boy.
I do a lot of reading now, which I didn't do before, because I'm so excited about the dog that I want to learn more about him. And they have a lot of material here that'll give you insight on how to bond with the dog. That I like a lot. Kobe picks up a new baseball glove and parades around the house with it hanging from his mouth. One of the kids, upset that Kobe might damage his new purchase, scolds Kobe's and chases him. You notice, like, if your dog is chewing on a shoe or something like that, you pretty much go to reprimand the dog, and he gets your attention. But what we should do is what the book is saying. What we should do is, when he's not doing anything, when he's just laying down and being good, you come over and you say, good boy. Acknowledge the dog more often, instead of in negative moments. You want to capture the good moments.
We only use positive reinforcement. This is a zero tolerance program. If anyone is caught yanking the leash, slapping the dog, or any kind of negative reinforcement, they exit the program.
Delta has a new trainer because Damien endangered her life when he brought her outside when Cash was out there, knowing that her and Cash did not get along.
Damien is spending 26 days in our disciplinary unit for his actions. So when they say zero tolerance, they mean zero tolerance.
Well, Delta, the one that's the tan and white, the big one that's rolled over on her back, there's a misconception that all pit bulls are aggressive and can be mean, but as you can tell, if they're trained correctly and they get out there with the right people, the right environment, they can open up and be fun and play with other dogs, even small dogs. They don't attack everything out there.
Joshua is nervous about going to prison, where he will be living with 3 inmates in 1 cell with no AC and no dogs.
You're taking me from my own room and the air conditioning, going to Jackson. If I leave shortly, it's the middle of the summer. No air conditioning. I'm going to go either into a cell block, 23-hour lockdown, or I'm going to go into a cell house with 90 other people, 3 to a room, sleeping on the floor. Split free time, which is 24 hours a day. I'm getting 4 hours of free time. 1 in the morning, 1 in the afternoon, and 2 at night. And the rest of the time, you're stuck in this room with 3 people.
Left to go to a grocery store to get some drinks for the kids, I think, and found her walking down the road. The injury on her back was still fresh and bleeding, and she was skinny. She's not skinny anymore. I don't know what had been done to her back. I think probably acid. And somebody like this, she had no future, but she does now. Yeah.
Jake sure has come a long way since he first arrived in 1C. Reed, his primary trainer, has done an amazing job bringing Jake out of his shell.
He was adopted from the shelter, and they brought him back 2 days later because he bit them or something. And Dennis, the man that's the head of this program, they recommended that, they said, you're making a mistake taking Jake over there. And Dennis brought him anyway, and Dennis did the right thing because he is turning into a really good dog. I'm excited. You know, some people be like depressed and crying because they're in jail, but not me. You know, I use this time like I'm a monk. You know, I'm focused on learning my meditation, my yoga, my recovery, and training these dogs. And that's, you know, so I feel like I'm getting ready to embark on a journey, and I'm using that time to find out everything I can find out.
Probably the biggest thing that all of the dogs learn while they're here is self-control. Because most of them come in here, they're out of control. They've really not had anybody that they felt like would protect them and would teach them and would show them what to do. Well, that's what happens here. On the flip side, for the inmate handler, it really is a big boost to their self-esteem, because now they can actually see something happening with another live being that's actually benefiting from them.
Kyle is waiting to go to court. He is now working with Skeeter, who is a really great dog. His parents are very proud of him for his work with the dogs, especially with Sugar, who is very challenging.
My name is Kyle Broomfield. I'm 21 years old. I've been here about 7.5 months now. And I'm here completely because of drugs and my ongoing battle with using them.
His outlook seems more positive. He just seems a little bit more grounded or something, and I think it helps that he's made a positive impact on these dogs and helped them get adopted into homes. I mean, that's a great feeling. Be polite to the judge, don't be too cocky. Don't go in there saying, you know, I'm better now, I can get out. Admit your mistakes and say that you're ready to move on.
Yes, contrition is a good thing.
I'm about to miss another birthday. My son's birthday is July 22nd. You know, all I got to send is a little card, little cartoon character drawing, you know what I mean? It's sad, but it gives you something to look forward to. It gives you something to I can base this experience on what I don't ever want to be in the future. Now that I'm on the tail end of it, it's better. You know what I mean? I'm starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel.